Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Hicks coming at you here. It's a little midday morning on a Sunday. Welcome on into the show. What is there to say? We'll talk about some. I guess there's a couple NFL games yesterday. We could talk about those. Why wouldn't we? Some college hoops today, NBA, hockey. But let's we'll jump right into everything here. I want let's just start on a quick little rant. We'll start out with our rant with a minute into the show with the bad beat refund on Mahomes. Refund. How many freaking times? You bet, losers. You lose. You lost. Guy gets hurt. Where's the bad beat refund who bet that people who thought the Giants were going to cover yesterday and they forgot there was a game being played? Did they get a refund? You get a refund for that backdoor cover, Kansas City? Oh, bad beat. They kicked the field goal with 20 seconds left. Oh, my goodness. You can't cover the 8.5. Nah. You're a loser. You lost your bet. You move on. All right? I don't know. They got to cater the participation trophy hooligans out here. You lost. You know, everybody doesn't win. There's winners and losers. That's life. Stop with the bad bit refunds. Stop it. Because then every time something happens, people are screaming, "Hey, oh, this guy did that. I need a refund." Shut up. Stop betting. Stop betting. Help your mom organize the pots under the sink or whatever you got to do. Just stop betting. Holy cow. It's sick to my stomach. Freaking ridiculous crap. Recap. 5-2 in the video college basketball. 112.98 plus 185. Horrendous day with my premium. 6-12. How about that? Do I get a refund? Do I get a refund on a 2.5 point loser when they lose by 3? Do you get refunds because team shoots 7 of 27 from the free throw line and you don't cover by 2 points? No. It's a loss. I'm 6-12. I move on. 28 games over 500, still plus money college basketball. But I had a losing day. We'll move on. NFL yesterday. What do we do? Nice 3-0 sweep. We got it done yesterday, I believe. Chiefs first half. Philly in a rout. Philly under. Never in doubt. 54-54 in the video. Down a little bit. It happens. Premiums. I only had one play yesterday. It was the Chiefs. Where's my bad beat refund? Do I adjust my numbers in here? So instead of 127 and 77, am I 128 and 76? Should that be considered a win because they blew a lead and get a field goal late? And my quarterback got hurt. Shouldn't that automatically, if you're going to give a refund to Mahomes backer, shouldn't all Kansas City bets automatically be a winner? If that's the world we're playing in? Huh? Ridiculous. Today, Bengals money line. Again, the line has moved because, yes, we put these games out ahead of time. Imagine that. You get Bengals at 4. You get them at 6. I'm sure we'll talk about the fix being in that game in a second since the NFL's already sold out the Atlanta Dome there for next week's game. Anyway, Bengals money line, Niners under the 46.5. I do see 47s, but you know what? We put 46.5 up the other day, 3 days ago. Just like all of our teasers were different numbers than what people got on game day. We don't wait to game day to bet them. I mean, the college basketball lines, even though I put on Twitter last night, Manhattan +9, it's down now. It might even be lower than 8.5 for all I know. But I do try to keep the basketball ones at least an hour before the show. But the football, they're up days ahead of time. All right, today's picks. College hoops to 1 game, Manhattan. That is it. I got +9 or 8.5. NFL, we just mentioned here, we have the Bengals and the Niners today. NBA, Pelicans, +7.5, 25 and 27 with our NBA basketball, minus $1.90. And on the season, I don't love NBA. 14 and 15, minus $8. Hockey, Bruins puck line minus 125. 18 and 25. You like to see that. 7 games under 500, but plus 150 because we don't really take a lot of huge faves on the ice. Bruins puck line today. And this is one, you know what? Bruins fans, I'm sorry, because I'm going to start jumping on Bruins puck lines because all they do is win games where they're like 30 and 1 or whatever the heck they are. Something ridiculous. They're just not that they're Dodger-esque in their wins. I mean, the Dodgers at one point had 90 wins and like 78 or 85 like run line wins off of their total wins. So Bruins are playing good hockey. So we'll take a little puck line there. And now we'll roll into some, you know what? I didn't even write down the time-wise for that. Sorry about that. But Tim, you want to do some NBA? Do some NBA?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay. I got 3 plays today. One of them is my best bet. The best bet is in the Nets and Warriors game. I have a play in the early game. I'm back in Dallas. The Mavericks. I don't like the Cowboys today. Mavericks 17-7 at home this year. Going against a Clippers team that I really do not like. I think Dallas gets it done. I got them minus 110 last night, so good line there. And then I'm on the best home team in the NBA. I'm on the Denver Nuggets minus 5.5 against Oklahoma City. I know OKC's been covering a bunch lately. They're 8-1-1 against the spread the last 10. I'll grab the Nuggets, who just seem to be winning at home by double digits a lot. So I'll go ahead and grab the Nuggets, who have won now 9 straight games and 15 straight at home. I'll grab them. So those are the 2 plays besides my best bet. Kind of a lighter day for me.
And the Nuggets.
Not crazy.
And listen, the line's at 5 looks a little low for Nuggets, but as I mentioned, Kansas City's hot, playing well. OKC, Kansas City. I mean OKC. I saw the KC and thought Kansas City.
Yep.
And this is a spot. Maybe Denver doesn't overlook them, right? You're thinking, it's only the Thunder. We could beat these guys. But hey, you know what? These guys are putting together a little season here. They're playoff bound at their 500 record.
Yeah, 100%. You can't overlook them in SGA. Hey, if you're betting anything involving OKC, SGA props have been hitting like crazy. So there you
go. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. I just tweeted out, and I was like, you know what? I was gonna wait till like after the show to tweet the picks, right? Like, why put them out as right at the beginning? Because no one would come watch the show. But I guess people don't even really watch on Twitter anyway. I don't know what the best way to throw out all the free pick madness would be. But they're all on there. It's a triple thread because of all the props. You know what? I have to do we have to get the props out here. Didn't mention player props. Let's do some props. I had them and I didn't mention them. So we'll do some NFL props. Will start in the Buffalo game. I said these the other day. Again, these could move, but you know what? We did these 3 days ago. And they're in the chat all the time. And the link is in there for Believe for all your podcast locations. You could find it and you could hear all these because I repeat them multiple times during the show. And you see them scrolling nonstop. And on Twitter, again, come say hello. Give me a follow. Diggs plus 110, Allen 175, Knox $2. Bengals Chase 110, Higgins 145, and Boyd 190. Yesterday, I didn't mention our props. We do go, I think we hit 2 of our props, but it was overall would have been a losing day with all the props. I think we're down about $6, even though we hit a couple. I think Miles Simon scored right for us, and somebody on KC I think scored. Or no, Kirk scored. Doesn't make a difference. They're here if you're interested. Dallas props: Pollard 120, Lamb 175, Zeke $150, Schultz 245, Gallup 333, Dak $4, and San Fran Debo 145, Kittle 155, and Mitchell plus $2. Again, a lot of Dallas and San Fran touchdown props. Yes, I do also have the under. Yes, but I think getting plus money on these guys, I think it could be all right all over the place on this one. If it really gets crazy, heck, it'll be a monster day because we could have 7 touchdowns scored and we have plus money on all these guys. Or it's your typical, 28, 23 kind of game, maybe, 27, 20, get a couple touchdowns in there. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let me put the bets back in there. Our picks in there for everybody to see. And let's hit the comment section. Shuli's in here. Didn't take long for Kelsey Long to cash his TD prop. Hey, you know what the thing is, Jess? I mean, what was he minus? Like 140 something probably? I mean, the guy had what, 20 catches yesterday? I just don't like to put a minus money in here or fave. I should have. I mean, he knew the guy's going to catch a touchdown. It's like CMC today. Do minus 145. Markel's in the house. Good morning. Jason, refunds. What joke? Injuries part of the game. Absolutely, Jason. We're going to get started. I mean, what the heck? I can't stop this crap. Stop it. Stop it. There's no accountability. This isn't you know. You play your friend in, I'll dare myself, like Nintendo or the old Sega. You know, you're playing, you're losing, all of a sudden you get up and hit the reset button. That's not, no, you can't do that. You lost. The guy gets hurt. There's this NFL. It's college. People get hurt. Things happen. Tates are great. How do they decide what bets refund? I bet on Marcus Smart. I say he didn't get refunded. Patrick Mahomes did. It's equivalent on participation trophy. Absolutely. Why don't you pay? Why don't you pay the Chiefs bets? The guy was hurt. Hey, you know what? I wonder if I get a lawyer to come in there. Hey, listen, you ruled the guy wasn't healthy. Does that void all my bets? I don't know. I'm going to start looking into some. My son for college. He's like, I don't know if I want to go. I don't know what I want to do. You know, he wants to get fiddly with his hands, doing electrical work and plumbing. I said, listen, never say no to being handy like that. But maybe I send him to law school so we could sue these sports books when they give bad beat refunds. I'm like, well, if it's a bad beat because of this, well, you got to pay out on the side. Got to pay out on the total. Something happened. It directly affects the game. You're paying out. I don't know. I think I got a case. I'm sure there'll be some bettors on that jury. Damon, I like the Bengals plus the points today. McCaffrey anytime TD. I like Niners to win. Bengals, again, where is it? I'm sure it's coming up in here somewhere. The fix is in, right? They already sold out the stadium. It's sold out. Buffalo, KC next week. Your Bills, 3-point favorite there. It's already sold out. Bengals plus what, 10? I mean, I got a bad number of 4. It happens. McCaffrey anytime TD, yeah. I mean, it's a favorite. You know he's going to score. Niners to win. You know, where is the love for zero love for Dallas? Zero love for Dallas. Shannon's in the house. Good morning, Miss Shannon. How are you today? New Mahomes got hurt cover was dead. I don't know. It wasn't dead till there was 30 seconds left in the game. Come on. Right. I'm going to start, get the pens out. Start writing your state representatives. Ask for a refund. Be like, hey, sportsbook are shady. They say the guy gets hurt and they're giving out refunds, but I don't get a refund on my side. Why don't you get refunded on the side? Richard P. hitting the like button. Laughing at me because I'm on a rant. Luke hates the Clippers. I like the Mavericks. The Mavericks, I mean, the line is 1. Obviously, I think Kawhi's playing, I guess, right? The line's 1. I mean, I know the Mavericks aren't a good team, but they got a Hall of Famer. Shannon has the Bengals and the Cowboys plus 4. I'm really concerned about the Bengals line keeps moving. Of course it is. The fix is in. That's where I'm at today. All right? We're going to talk about how the bad beat refunds are good. Well, we'll just talk about how the league is fixed then. How's that? Could we go down that rabbit hole today? Let's do that. Marcos in house hitting the like button for me and my guy Tim. Told you Chiefs to Super Bowl. Magic Mahomes beat the Jags on that one. Yeah, I don't know. I had the Chiefs. It wasn't like I was
didn't cover the spread though, Marcos. Good teams win. Great teams cover. They didn't cover the spread.
Marco loves my little rant. Manhattan line's at 8. Hey, Marcos, listen. I put it out at 9 last night on Twitter. I said, I'll bite. It's coming down. Jesse, I even forget Shanahan Blue Double just says, yes. I said, Jess, you've watched me a few times, Shul. You've heard me talk about Kyle Shanahan. And you just talk about, I bring it up all the time. Super Bowl, 28-3, he's running that show. Chiefs up 10 points in the fourth quarter, you run that show, you lost it. Last year, up 10 points in the fourth quarter versus the Rams, you blew that one. Why? Come on. Shannon B, NBA. I'm on the Warriors today. First quarter, first half. They got destroyed by 45 points start and finish. Last time they faced the Nets, about 10 days ago, Warriors rested all the starters Saturday at home, 15-5. Yeah. And the Nets, right? They see them laying another egg here. Here comes Golden State home off a road trip. Start out fast. Up 10 at the half. I like it. I like it, Shannon. Marco, what do we got? Can you give me a rundown of remaining college basketball games? Yeah, there's only 10. I've started. All right, so I liked Indiana. They were 3, went to 4.5. I don't want to lay 15 with UConn. I would take the 12 with Minnesota. I would take the 12 with Maryland. I lean Cincinnati. These are, again, last night's lines here. Cincinnati's 2.5. I like that. Peters Niagara's a pick 'em. I got nothing really there. I would probably lean Fairfield. We're getting 6 last night, 6.5. Manhattan again was at +9. Canisius +10.5. I looked at Mount St. Mary's this morning because I was thinking about taking Marist. I thought it was 4. I thought maybe if I could get up to 5, I would like it. Now it's down to 2. I don't like Marist. Cal 3.5. I mean, Oregon State's just a bad team. Houston, again, we're laying 20. Do we want to lay 20? SMU, Wichita State. This line's, I don't like SMU at all, but why do I feel like they're trying to trick me here if I take Wichita? Furman over Wolford. I would lean to the dog there. How about an overplay? Maybe get an overtime in that one. How about predicting overtime, Wolford Furman? I like Colorado -5. Central Connecticut against Long Island. I guess I would lean LIU there. The Wagner given 4. I lean Sacred Heart. Merrimack, St. Francis, Pick'em. I guess I would go to home teams. Francis, New York. Bryant, Lowell. I'm done with Bryant. I've had them a couple times. I thought they were going to win this conference. I mean, maybe they steal the tournament, but yeah. NJIT, Vermont. Again, I mean, the Catamounts. Do I'm only 12.5? Nah. Maine. I like Maine. I got a little mark next to Maine, lane 2. Kind of like Maine a little bit there, but didn't bet it. And Stonehill, fairly ridiculous. I'm going to lean to the 6 points here with Stonehill. Again, didn't do much with it. Jess, never forget the College Blue Doubles at playoff leads. Yeah, did I just do this one? I talk about him all the time blowing games, Jesse. I say that all the time. Fernando's in the house. Good morning. Singletary prop touchdown for the Bills. You like Singletary today? That's the score, Groovy. What's the plus money on that? DE, what do you got? Those are all anytime TD props. Yes, Mortal. All anytime. That's all I throw in here. I just put the TDs up there. I'm not a big prop. I'm more of a side total guy. Maybe I jump in a little in game, like I did yesterday on the Eagles. That one was easy. And again, I didn't even have that one on the site. I was so confident in it. I just stupid, especially the under. I love that under. Dumb. I didn't make more on that one. Robert, San Jose puck line +122. Let's go. A little cold cash on the ice. San Jose. So I got the Bruins here. I think I got the Bruins in the chat, if I believe, -125. They've struggled mightily at home on a puck line, have they? Have they struggled at home on a puck line? Let's check them out. Where are their season results? Philadelphia 6-0, 4-3, loser. 2-1, you're right. 4-3 loser. 3-2, 7-3 win, 4-2. 4-3, 3. Yeah, not good. You're right. 4-3 shootout. 5-1, 3-1. 3-2 overtime. 6-1, 4-1, 5-2. No, they've probably been around 500 of late. Since the new year, what are we at home with the puck line? 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, 2-5, 3-5, 3-6, 3-7. 3-7 in the last 7 at home. You're right. Sean Price, what's good? Not much. I'm a little annoyed with the bad beat refunds last night. Not happy with that. I mean, seriously, where's the refunds, Jesse? Right? Seattle Super Bowl XL. I remember that. You got robbed of a touchdown right out of the gate. Should have been a touchdown. I was on Seattle that game. I was on Atlanta. Terrible. Miz, we say Buffalo over to 48. Why Purdue line drop at injuries? I don't know. 12's high. Well, if it's dropping, I don't know what the new line is. I didn't look this morning. I just like my. I look at the lines the night before. I go over the numbers, and that's it. So I didn't know it came down.
If he's talking Purdue and Maryland, it's down to a 9.5.
So down 3 points. Interesting. Buffalo over, I could say yes. Mattress Mac, $2 million on the boys. Yeah, he supports his teams. But that shouldn't affect people like, oh, this guy, there's a lot of money on the Cowboys. I mean, exactly. You got this guy coming and put $2 million on him. Think that affects the spread? I don't. He doesn't, I should say. Richie Page would say that way. Higgs, no love for Dallas. Money is on the Niners. Whatever else you think the Niners Nation route. And I can't. I want to talk Niners as it progresses. Win or lose this week going forward. What are they doing with Trey Lance? I mean, they're talking about Brady. I think we touched on this the other day. How the heck are you bringing Brady in here? Why are you bringing Brady? You're in it. You're a game away from the championship game. Forget about it, even if you lose today. Let's get a new quarterback in here. You traded up for a guy who looked like crap, by the way, in preseason and regular season in his one start. The guy who's taking you to championship games and Super Bowls, you just figured he's garbage. You don't even like him anymore. I mean, he's out of here. You kicked him out. And then this guy comes in and leads you to a bunch of wins. Now, see, the funny thing is going to be like this. Dallas wins today. It's going to be like, well, who did Purdy really beat if you look at it? He beat a bad team of this, and this team was, then it'll come out all the how it was not. It was like a Fugazi win, like a Vikings team kind of stuff. Like, they won 13 games. It doesn't count. Ridiculous. I just. Let's see. Frankie Baby says Fairfield under. Against the Petes. What do we got here? What's this total? What do we got here? Was that 134? I'll go under with you on that. These MAC games, AA Max, always like 65, 50, kind of low scoring kind of affairs. I get it. Wilson. Oh, Wilson's here. Wilson, you came in last week with your thank me in the morning. You never came back after the losers. You had your two totals in college hoops. I forgot who the two teams were. I think it was you know what? I do remember. It was UAB and Merrimack. I don't know how they did yesterday. Although Merrimack plays today as an under team. Listen, you're going to come in with the thank me in the mornings. You better come back the next day. You won the day before. You came in and said, hey, winners. Tease Bengals a 7.5. Well, a two-team tease? Bengals. I mean, aren't the Bengals getting 6 right now? What's the line on the Bengals? I thought it was 6 this morning. I saw
5.5.
You're doing a two-team? No, I'm not doing a two-team teaser. No. I mean, you're risking. What are you laying on a teaser? 130 for 2 points? No. Do a teaser for 2 points. Shannon taking Temple plus 19.5 versus Houston. Sprinkling a money line. All right. I mean, listen, 19.5 is one thing. Money line? And I faded Houston in the last game out. I had a home dog against them. I'm not taking them to lose outright at home. That's 20-point fave. That's I can't say yes to that one. Bill, what do you think about first half Bills and first half Niners? Well, I mean, you have two teams at home. Questions on the other side for the other teams, right? Offensive line problems. The fix is in for Buffalo. Dak is terrible. I mean, I'm more of a dog guy here. I think these teams are evenly matched. It's not like yesterday where I thought we were going to have some routes. And we really did have a route in the first game. Just closed. It just closed the way it closed. Maryland 9 is now 9 against the Productions Boilermakers. I'll still lean Terps. They showed Sixers. They did win the other day. Yes, we had them in a chat against Portland. I thought for sure they were going to go down. And they won yesterday. They won yesterday too, right? To beat Sacramento
without Embiid and without Harden. See, Sacramento still covered the 3.5 that I had, so it worked out.
The Sixers were still favored. The Sixers were favored yesterday on the road.
No, they end up being dog at the closing line.
All right.
Because of no Embiid and no Harden. So I could have middled it and it would have been fine. But I don't do that stuff.
Nice road trip for them.
Yeah, fantastic road trip.
Yeah, take them serious. You got to take them serious. Shannon, you want a Bills running back? I would go Cook for $2. He scored a TD in 4 of his last 5 games. You can take a carry or dump off 40 yards to the house. I just talked myself into it. I like it, Shannon. That's the best way to bet it. Talk yourself into it. Why not plus $2? Sean Price, I did the same with the Niners, minus 2.5, and parlay with the Celtics yesterday. All right, well, you got one in the bag. Tony plus, what do you say? Since he hurt our offensive line. Yeah, they got a couple guys. Yep, hurt bad. They got 2 guys officially out, 3rd guy banged up. Is it a problem? It's a problem. Last year, this line was even worse, and they got to a Super Bowl. Burrow's better than he was last year. He's still got guys around him. Listen, Von Miller playing Buffalo. I mean, I was on Buffalo from the start of the year. I thought it was Buffalo revenge tour. They're going to the Super Bowl. But he gets hurt. Josh Allen has been a turnover machine lately. I mean, even a season. I told you guys lost 5 fumbles. He's second most fumbles to Trevor Lawrence. Second interceptions to Dak and Davis Mills. He can make mistakes. I think since he has a better defense right now. I'm taking Wolford plus the 4 versus Sherman. Yes, I said that too. I said that's a 4 now? All right, that was a 3 yesterday. I still like the home dog there, Marcos. Mark said, he said to reset button on Nintendo to start the game over. Took us way back. Listen, I'm not going back to Atari. We weren't rich. I didn't have Atari. Although I have an Atari now in my in the closet. I got an Atari. But I didn't have that when I was a kid. Man, when did we have Nintendo? I was going to summer school for algebra. So it had to be freshman year in high school. I think we got it. I had to go to summer school for algebra. I remember oh, you're grounded. So I'd walk up to the store. I'd get a little turkey cheese, mayo, and tomato sandwich. Buy the Nationals. The National was a newspaper. It was a great sports paper back in the day. And I come home and play Nintendo. Baseball. So I did all summer. David, got Michigan State, Indiana, under. I'd go there. I like Indiana as well. Marcus coming in. Mahomes playing on one leg. Reminds me of Willis Reed coming out. Come on. I would have left Henny in there. That game wasn't close. Tony plus under Fairfield also. Yeah, I'd go under. Any of the AA max unders are, I think, solid games. Bengals are hurting bad. Yeah, they got offensive line problems. I get it. Since he had 4 sacks allowed last game. That's Baltimore. I think Baltimore's got a better defense than Buffalo. I mean, those guys, I don't say they play each other tough because I was thinking it was going to be a Cincy route based on them dropping 41 last year against them twice. And I after the fact, it was easy to say, you know what? All right, I had since I won on that game. I had Cincy -6. That being said, as the line got up a little bit, I think people forgot that the Baltimore backup, like, oh, it's a backup. The guy played what, 6 games this year? Played games last year too. It's not like he's Skylar Thompson coming in from Miami and putting up 30 points on somebody. This guy's actually played a bunch of games the last 2 years. Untouchable, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Josh Allen -1.5. That's what it is. It's his total interceptions a half. Cincinnati will be a difference. I think so. As much as I kind of like the over in this game, I don't know. I won't be shocked at an under this one. I don't think. Why do I think that everybody's going to run to the over and this game's going to be 24-21 or something? Robert, haven't watched Houston. Just shut teams down at home. Alabama, I think a 10-point score 50. Yes, Rob. So I said before about Houston, they could come in and whip you 90-45. They can beat you 55-51. Temple's a team that is not going to score a bunch of points. But Houston might be like, you know what? Let's party it up and go, 85-55 in this one. I can't take a Temple team. No. Tony plus Cincy D has not seen a great QB lately. No, but you know what? When they have seen good QBs, they played them well. I mean, it is. Listen, you obviously are high on Buffalo here, and hopefully you got Buffalo -4 instead of the 5.5, 6 right now. I think Cincy defense is all right, and more importantly, I think Josh Allen. And I said this the other day. You could see the difference between him and Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was a turnover machine. I remember betting against the Giants last year and the year before. He was good for a turnover game. Like 1.5 turnovers. He was good for a fumble or an interception or both every game. Every game. This year, pretty much wiped all those out. And you know who's regressed horrifically back to his first years? Is Josh Allen. It's on the coach. Nintendo bases loaded. Yes. Yes. I loved it. I had a whole notebook. I'd write down I was using the Yankee lineup. Jesse Barfield was back cleanup for me. Again, it was 1990. Allen. Allen who? Josh Allen? Allen from The Hangover? Andrew, got Dak and Allen both to throw picks today. I'm not going to say no to that. You got two guys who led the league in interceptions. One guy threw 15, the other guy threw 14 or 16 to 15, whatever, Andrew. I got him. And you got two good defenses. They're good defenses. Okay, you're going to hit a hiccup every once in a while. Robert, Bengals look at this unfinished business, lots of points. Yeah, they're listen, this team is definitely playing with a chip on their shoulder. The size of the state of Ohio. Like these guys, like, really? We're beating you. I got to come to your place for the playoffs, and then I'm just totally disrespected that they got tickets printed out and sold for next week's game already. I'll get the hell out of here. I hope if Cincinnati's losing, I hope someone comes in there and breaks Josh Allen's leg. That's what I want to see. How about that? I'll put that out there. That's bad. That's bad juju for me. I'll probably lose all my bets today. I don't care, but that's just totally unfair. I'll go back to that. Buffalo should have took a loss in that game. It's that simple. They forfeit. Buffalo's turnover issues. Absolutely, Allen. Tony, plus if INT Dak shows up early, I jump on the Niners in play. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Dak, the guy missed the first quarter of the season. Right? Then he's coming in and makes some stupid throws. I get it. I mean, hasn't looked good at times. Second most NFL. Yeah, Josh Allen. Second most. He's behind Mills and Dak in interceptions, Allen. That's one was about Cincy. I know. Cincy's beat him, 3 times? 4 times? What do they got him? For now, let me know if he'll be out later on Dallas game. I'm not sure. My daughter had a sleepover last night, so I don't know if I'm going to be going out later tonight. And plus, listen, you're married, bro. You know how it works. It's like, I went out last weekend for games. If I go out this weekend and then against championship weekend next weekend, I'll probably go out next weekend. That might be a better sell. I don't do that to my wife. That's wrong because we really don't go out. She doesn't want to go anywhere really anyway. But still, that's not nice to do. Gotta be fair about picking my spots going out, especially weeks in a row. She's one who lets me go to Vegas for weeks at a time or Fan Cave in Atlantic City, no problems. And just to do a little one like this, who knows? Maybe she'll come out. Although not tonight, we already got dinner out for tonight. Kevin, report saying Lamar said no to 133. I would too. See ya. I'd go out on the open market. Someone will pay you, Kevin. He will get paid. Hi, I don't play. Did you see our offense scoring 13 points a game? Did you see that? I was an MVP guy. I don't play. See what happens? Pay me my money. Where is it? Pay that man his money. Let's go. Allen, Joey Burrows. He is. He's excellent. What did you say say bad about that guy? Trevor coming in. Good morning. How you been, fella? Take on the Niners game. As Jesse Shuley pointed out earlier in the chat, about Shanahan, I can't stand Shanahan. And as a Dallas guy, I said on Look Headlines, I'm like, I'll jump on Dallas at 4 here. Zero respect. It's maybe my Cowboy bias, but also the fact that this team, do people forget they were 7-2? Green Bay, they should have beat Green Bay. Like they take the foot off the gas in that one. They take the foot off the gas at Jacksonville. These are games they should have won. And even if they do that again today here, hey, they're a dog here. I'll take them as a dog. I still got a rookie quarterback who, as I mentioned, who's he really faced lately? Against the defensive coordinator who's going to be a head coach in Denver at the end of the season. A good defensive coordinator. I got a guy in Parsons who's just as good as any defensive player in the league right now. I'll take the points. Alan says to Andrew, you will hit it. I guess he's talking about his interception prop. Marcos, Memphis over 151 against Cincy. It's down. It was 152.5 last night. I just lean Cincy there. Sienna, always Mac under, yes. Alan M says, I live in Cincy. So you might be, you love the underdog role. Well, yeah, that's a definite, you're definitely in that role right now. Fernando, Michigan and the points over in the Memphis game. I like the Hoosiers. I like the Hoosiers, and over Memphis, I'm just leaning Cincinnati there. Rob says, I'm laughing my butt off. Broken leg. Seriously. I mean, come on. They do overlook you, Alan. Cincinnati, it's a joke. It's like, I don't know. Last time I checked, this team was in the Super Bowl last year with an offensive line that wasn't even there. Last year, they had a 5-man offensive line. They gave up 50. It was like they're playing with a 2-man offensive line, and they still got to the Super Bowl. Look at how bad they're banged up they are. That's fine. All right, you know what? We got such a banged up offensive line. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to run bubble screens all game long. We'll just run bubble screens the entire game because then I don't have to throw it. I'm holding the ball for a second. We'll take our chances. Marcos, right or under, Quinney under, or State over. I don't know what ST is. Whatever. If we're talking all MAC, AA Max, I like the unders in all these. This is an under league. Much like the Big West. Well, Big West used to be a big under league. Kevin, will Jerry Jones get rid of Dak if he loses to a rookie? No. How's it Dak's fault? Is he going to throw 6 interceptions today? Is this going to be Testaverde in the versus Penn State kind of game? Who are you getting rid of him for? Who are you bringing in? Who are they bringing in? How about you get rid of the coach who could have won with Aaron Rodgers? Who are you bringing in to replace him? You want Derek Carr? You think Derek Carr's better than Dak? Lamar? You want that? Let's bring in the injury guy the last 2 years. Yeah, that'll be worthwhile there. Garoppolo? Another injury guy? Who are you bringing in? Tom Brady? You want Tom Brady? We bring in Brady, get Sean Payton. Really? That's where we want to go? Let's bring in the 50-year-old Tom Brady? Get rid of Dak. No, he's not the problem. Tony Plus. You're absolutely right. I got a futures plus 650 beginning of the year. Don't get me wrong. I love the Bengals plus 6, but football starts in the trenches. Yeah, no, they definitely have problems, which is why the line went from 4 to 5 up to 5.5, so whatever it is. I mean, this line before the games were played on Sunday, this was Buffalo minus 3, 3.5 maybe. Both teams played poorly. Offensive line problems creeped up. Listen, I could have waited and got a better number. I didn't. I still got faith in Cincy. Fernando, thoughts on the over? I like the unders in both, believe it or not. Trevor, Cowboys are going to choke. They do it often. It happens. Alan, Buffalo Cincy line dropped. What's the line now? Is it 3? I mean, you say it dropped. I mean, it opened at 4. So what's it down to now? How'd it drop? Eric. Hey, because I want to take Cincy, but that line feels like they are begging you to take them. It's gone from 4 all the way up. Smart money coming in on the Bengals. Well, let's pull up some lines here. What do we got here, Cincy? I'm seeing 6s. Has it moved? And next week's games. Again, Buffalo is I think a 3-point favorite over Kansas City. Cincy is I think a 2-point dog to Kansas City next week. Dallas is a 4-point dog to Philly, and it's a pick'em versus the Niners. Tony, assume Allen M is from Cincy. Should have got the 750 Super Bowl future. Yeah, Bengals future would be worth it back then. Why wouldn't you? I mean, if you're in a town, Cincy, Dallas, Frisco, wherever, you think your team's got a shot. I'm sure people in Denver, why wouldn't you take a shot on your home team for a little Super Bowl action? It's coming off a Super Bowl, too, on top of it. Elliot says, careful, Marcos. Could you just total went up since last night? Smashing the like button for me. Thank you, Lane. Eric, on them boys, but I can see a beatdown. I can't see a beatdown. I don't think their defense is that bad. Marcos, Philly looked good last night. It'll be a dogfight if they play San Francisco. Philly look, and I like the under. I wasn't sure how Hurts was going to be. As I said, let's see how it plays out, right? Giants first half, if you want to look at that, and then let's roll with Philly for the game. And as I said, it was the playmaker and the offensive, the difference. Like the Giant wide receivers are terrible. Who are the Giant wide receivers? There's no offense. It showed. And the Philly defense is good. Very good. Eric Higgs, you've been back in the Bills all year long. Yeah. I have, but the last couple, I'm like, the Christmas game against Miami, like how? Come on. He has not played well, Josh Allen. Costing me money. And now, again, against another good team, I'm not banking on the bust out. How am I going to back him now to break out of his funk that he's been in basically the entire season? Nathan, I'm Michigan State plus 9.5 on a teaser. All right, well, listen. Who you got him teased up with here? That line was 3 last night. It's 9. You get 9.5. Marcos, my bad. I meant to put Cali in or State over, but I do agree with all the MAC games you play for. So California under against Oregon State. Okay. I would go under there. I mean, Oregon State's. Buffalo introduce number 3 pregame, says Allen. Crowd will go nuts. Yeah, who cares? Think Cincy cares? I feel like, pull Michael Jordan, F them kids. They don't care. They're an angry bunch. Tony Plus, my game plan. The boys throw it to Schultz and give it to Tony Pollard 50 times, keep it close. Schultz is good. He gets overlooked because you have, Kittle and Kelsey. If they threw to him like they threw to the other guys, he'd be a household name. But they also have CeeDee Lamb, who's pretty good. And, Gallup's coming back. Pollard's again, I talked about the bubble screens and the little screen stuff out of backfield. Or I think Shannon brought up Cook for a touchdown. He could catch a little. Pollard's explosive like that. He's good. Nathan took Cincy Bearcats money line. I don't mind Cincy. I like him over Memphis. Memphis, I just don't like. I don't like the coach. Alan still like our chances with Joe Burrow. Yeah, why wouldn't you? I like my chances with Joe Burrow too. Testaverde, seriously, bro. See the Miami sign behind me. I don't think I'm going to bring up Testaverde throwing horrible picks against Penn State. Marco says, thank you, Lane Elliott. Tony Plus, Vinny choked. I saw that game big time. I mean, you saw that game. Tony, you're old school, man. I was like 12 when that came out. I remember watching. Alan, Michigan State's killing me. What's the score in that game? What do we got? Michigan State.
31-29, minute 43 left in the first. Go over.
They're killing you. They're getting points, and it's basically a tie game. I mean, what world do we live in, Alan, here? Come on. Bet it and forget it. Dak Prescott's in the chat. Oh, Dak, good to see you, man. Hope you're, having a little brunch, having a little breakfast there. He's betting against himself. Should we notify the authorities that Dak Prescott's coming in betting against himself first quarter, first half, and for the full game? Oh, my. Julie's coming in. She's ready to party. She's got her beer in hand. Cowboys over 45 and Brock over 1.5 TDs. Sure. I mean, I kind of lean a little under there. It's down to 45. I mean, we had the 46 in the chat from the other day. And then I thought I saw 47. It's down to 45.5. Brock TD's okay. I don't mind that one. 305 Canes. Not much. We're just talking about Vinny Testaverde back versus Penn State. Nathan, Michigan State, Purdue, and Michi T's. Going a little Big Ten action there, huh? But again, that's 2-1. It's 2-1 in there somewhere, Nathan. Like John McCain says, come on to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs. Yes. Rob Franklin, good morning. 34-29, Indiana. Cold and snowy here in Michigan today. Well, it's January. Slight chill in the air. Alan M says, Bobby Knight's boys on a roll. They're up a little bit out. You got, again, college hoops. It's not NBA, everybody goes on a run, but it's enough to annoy me that I don't watch it. You bought it down a point. Why would you buy it down a point? Oh, you wanted the over. That's why you bought it down. I get it. Listen, I just think it's an under. And now, it could easily be way over the total here with these teams. Niners have been putting up offense. Dallas can put up offense. Maybe with the way they bring the pass rush, somebody sneaks by and you're getting a lot of stuff out of the backfields for big chunks of yardage and stuff. I don't know. I lean under because it is two decent defenses. I got a rookie quarterback versus a really experienced coordinator. I got Dak, who, listen, you're carving up Tampa. I've been kicking Tampa's back in for weeks on here. People running bet Tampa Bay. I mean, come on. How much money we make fading Tampa Bay this year? So we knew that was coming. And what if they just lay the egg here? They lay the egg in this game's 23-10. That won't shock me. That could be on both. That could be 23-10 either side. Kevin, was it the defense or offense that lost the game for the Giants? I live in New Jersey. Thank you. How about the team was just garbage this year? I mean, okay, they covered a lot of games. Do you really think they had a shot coming in here? If Hurts was healthy, and obviously he looked pretty good. I mean, he's running around the place. What do you think lost the game for them? How about, I don't mind 7-0. You want to go for the midfield? I get it. And people could say, oh, you should have punted. If you would have punted, they would have been like, you really have faith in this defense? Like, he's in a no-win situation. You go for it. But then at the end of the game, not to go for it when you're down 3 touchdowns. It's just bizarre. Let's be honest. Your defense was average at best. Average to bad. I don't think the Giants had a good defense. You like that offense? You like that offense this year? It's a terrible offense. It's terrible. Terrible. Team's not good. It's not a good team. That's why the coach is great. Because you somehow willed that team to a playoffs and a win in the playoffs. Successful season for you guys. Yes, it was. Totally overachieved. Robert, Niners, Bengals, bought the halves. I like it. I don't mind. Allen's coming in. Dallas defense. Coming for Purdy, he says. I think so. Kevin says yes. Both with the problem for the Giants. Yeah, come on. If you're a Giant fan, you see it. I mean, let's be honest, Kev. You're listening. You're on the. If you're a Giant fan, you're probably North Jersey. You listen to a fan, right? And I haven't listened to the fan in years. I couldn't. You're getting your Giants are good. They can do it. Oh, look at this. All they got to do. And I said that yesterday in the show. I said, you know what? Hey, if Hurts isn't healthy, he didn't look good. The final game of the regular season, he looked a little, timid, slow. Is he 100%? It could be close, right? I think Giants first half, but the talent at the skill position will separate itself. Yeah, it will separate itself in the first quarter. So what was it, 21-0 first quarter, whatever it was? Ridiculous. Alan M says, Micah Parsons Day. McCarthy's going to bring it on the rookie QB. You're a Jets guy. All right, well, you got problems yourself. So, I mean, not to kick the Jets back in, and I'm really not, because as much as everybody hates our guy Zach, and even when White came in, you lose your running back, you lose offensive lineman. This isn't a bad team. The defense is playoff Final Four. It is a Final Four Super Bowl defense. You need some health. Would have been different. You probably would have been a playoff team if you had your running back. Forget about the offensive lineman. Running back would have been huge for the quarterbacks. Alan says, bring the heat on defense, Dallas. Robert, Burrow to score TD plus 450. 450 from the run one in? I don't like that one. Rob, not trying to beat a dead horse. I like the over in the Temple-Houston game. Again, Houston scored 90 themselves against Temple. Even they score 80. Right? I think Houston's going to score in the 70s, right? So you should get this over. It should be 80-60, right? But then you worry about it, 75-55, 80-55. It's going to be close. Dom, my man Higgs, let's rebound day. Can't wait for baseball. Yeah, bad one yesterday, Dom. I went 6-12 in basketball yesterday. Earl Sports Bets, long shot TD. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback.
Juszczyk
for plus $7. Thoughts on Wake, Virginia Tech? Is this for tomorrow? I have no idea. I mean, who's home? Aaron Rodgers is a perfect QB for the Jets. Maybe. I don't know. You know who's going to be the perfect QB for the Jets when they get him? Is Jimmy Garoppolo, because he was with him in San Francisco. So the staff knows him. That's who they're going to go after. So it will always be Garoppolo. Anybody else to me will be a shock. Lamar, Brady, Rodgers, Carr, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco. Wrong day. Yes, wrong day. Come on, Fernando. Kevin, one last thing. USFL soon. Love any type of football. USFL. I'll leave Tim to do the USFL.
I will say I had one bet that I put in the beginning of the USFL season because we were talking about it on Game Time. We saw the Birmingham Stallions. I had them to win the entire thing. At 8-1, they are the longest odds. I looked at it and went, every game's being played at, I think it was the UAB campus in Birmingham. I'm like, why don't I just take that team to win the entire thing at the longest odds? Threw $10 at it, 180. There you go.
I remember that.
I didn't cap any of the games, so it didn't really matter.
No, we'll have March Madness and baseball when USFL starts rolling along.
I'd rather do college baseball than go after the USFL.
Yeah, I can't watch that. Although I have a Houston, I got an Oklahoma Outlaws banner back here. I'll have to get that ready for tomorrow. Hold on. You know what, Tim? Come and say hello. Let me get my sign.
Hi. How you doing? You actually want me to talk? I already went over that. Let's see. I will say I'm on the over in the Michigan State game. I will say that I did bet that one earlier on. That, and I just put in the most random parlay that you could possibly. I put in a random 6-teamer that I put $1.07 on just because why not? So I took the over in this Michigan State game. I took the Dallas Mavericks. All right, those are typical normal. I took the Bengals to win the AFC, the Niners to win the NFC, the Nuggets to win the championship, and then the Hurricanes to win the East. Just because why not? It's like $1 to win 2,500.
Take it.
Figured, why not? I had an extra $1.07 laying around.
Then when you hit all of them, it'll be like, should I cash this or cash out or let it ride?
Yeah, when the last thing riding is the Nuggets to win the championship, which I already have a ticket for. Yeah, why not?
There you go. Houston Outlaws. Look at this. USFL says 1983 here. Nice. Don't be jelly of old school USFL. Oklahoma. I think they went to Arizona after that too. USFL, Gabe Davis, TD, Knox, Boyd, Irwin, Schultz. We got them all. Rob comes in late and doesn't realize we have all these up already. Schultz, Lamb, Pollard, Dak, Gallups, Knox, Allen Diggs, Boyd, Higgins. Come on, Rob. Come on. Allen's great stuff. Kevin's funny. Rob's going to intend the players stay in the area and they're flown in. Donation. Yes, he's giving donations away. Mary's under. Yes. Nathan, Michigan State money line second half. So let's double up our bet. I don't get it. I do not get doubling up. Canisius Quinney under. Yes. I like Mac unders. Double A Mac unders. I actually like the World Football League. Oh my goodness. Nick's funny line on the Nick game. Here we go. Toronto -1. You think?
I thought that was a little bit weird too. I kind of lean New York, but at the same time, that's just a game that I wanted to stay completely away from. You get the Raptors on a second leg of a back-to-back.
Exactly.
And I strongly believe if there's any teams that want to contend or need to add players onto your team, call up the Toronto Raptors. They should blow up everything.
Yeah.
Them and the Clippers are in it still, but I strongly believe the Raptors should blow it up. Because I was actually looking at like the NBA, because I think we're 3 weeks away from the trade deadline. I was looking at the standings and saying, all right, who's going to try to make moves? Who thinks they're contenders? Who doesn't? And the thing is, with the new playoff structure, you got 3 teams that would possibly sell in the East, and that is Orlando, Charlotte, Detroit. And I think the Raptors should as well. But they're only 2 games back for the 10 seed. That's the big troubling thing, is because there's 10 seeds now, everybody's still in it. Because you even look at the West, from the 6th seed to the 13 is separated by 2 games. Minnesota, 10 games back. Clippers, Warriors, 10 games back. Utah and Phoenix, 10.5. Oklahoma City, 11. Portland, 11.5. Lakers, 12. And then the only teams that you would really try to see sell in the West are the Spurs and the Rockets. Rockets got nobody, and the Spurs want way too much for Jakob Poeltl. And that's the only guy that they're willing to trade. You look at it like, why? There's trade deadline this year is going to be weird because I don't know who's trying to sell.
Yeah. Especially, like you said, the West is easy. San Antonio and Houston, but whatever. Unless a team like Portland or Oklahoma, I mean, why would Oklahoma City get rid of the guys? They're trying to be good for
They're a half game back of that play-in spot, and they're a game back of a playoff spot. That's the thing. Every team can make that argument. Portland, we're 3 games under. You know what? We're a game and a half back of that 6th seed.
But here's the thing: when they want to talk like, we got to expand the playoffs and stuff like this.
No, you don't.
You're Chicago or Washington or Toronto, right? Because they still have stars and not a total like Orlando's in the hunt, but at least they got young guys, right?
Yeah.
That's the young like
Orlando's a
these
young
other
team.
teams, like Chicago, Washington, Toronto have veterans on it. So what are you gonna do? Let's not make a move and hope we go from the 11 seed to the 10, to win this. Come on. That's the problem because how do you sell? Like as a fan, you're like, you know what, this team's terrible. Break it up. I don't mind. But everybody else will be like, you can't do that. You're in the playoffs. What are you talking about? You should be trying to get somebody.
Bulls should sell. Washington should sell. Toronto should sell.
Yes.
Will they? No, they probably won't because they look at it and go, Toronto's sitting there, be like, you know what, guys? We're only 2 games back for that 10 seed.
That's fine, but where are you going in the playoffs? Who are you beating? And then what?
Okay, say you get that 10 seed. You think you have to beat the 9 seed, and then you also have to beat the 7 or 8 seed, and then you have to go and play games against Boston. You're not winning those.
Exactly.
And it's the same. Well, it's kind of the same deal in the West, but the thing is, the Western is so clustered right now that
you got 3 teams from the 6 to the 12. You have 3 teams. It's in 2 games, 3 games. Heck,
exactly.
even the Lakers in there.
That's the problem. Yeah, even the Lakers are in the hunt. I can't do. This is just a really because I want to be like, oh, I know they're going to sell. I don't know. I don't know who's going to sell. I don't know who's going to buy. Well, you know who's going to buy. It's going to be the teams up top that are going to try to get better.
Yeah.
But you don't know who's going to sell because everybody is so close, and the league. And I look at the NBA right now, and out of the Eastern Conference, I could see 5 good teams there that would have a chance. Out of the West, I see 2. Like, if I'm anybody other than like the Nuggets and the Grizzlies, I'm trying to buy as much as I can to try to close the gap. But at the same time, it's very confusing to see what's going to happen for this trade deadline. I'm not sure. That's the big question is who's going to sell, who's not going to sell. And it's 3 weeks away? We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting trade deadline. A lot different than other leagues.
Yeah.
Allen's loving Cincy. We know this, Allen. Right. We know. We get it. I like him too. Rob Franklin is coming in late to support the picks. I appreciate it. Connecticut looks kind of rough, but lead by 21. Connecticut's a good team. I just couldn't lay 15 or whatever the heck they were laying this morning. Wichita money line. Again, that line looks a lot to me because I think SMU's bad. Randy Rose, first half, all games. Bengals first half, money earning. Furman. I like the other side for the game in that one. Heat, Knicks, Clippers, Nuggies. All right, Nuggets, sure. Clippers are a team I like to avoid. Knicks, we just talked about them in our little basketball rant there. And the Heat, I like New Orleans. Got them in the chat already. Here we go, Manhattan. College hoops. Pelicans for the NBA. Bruins puck line. Bengals money line. Niners under 6.5. And that's what we got. I mean, I'm a lot of props too. Kevin, one last thing is coaching staff with NFL teams lose. Tampa fired everybody. They fired everybody except for the head coach. I mean, you get rid of the OC, which is fine because they can't score points. This team, you have a 50-year-old quarterback. He had a banged-up offensive line to start the season. You're relying on guys who were hurt. I mean, Fournette's not a good running back anymore. Mike Evans was hurt. Julio's, I mean, he still could make a play every once in a while, but that's not a guy you want on the field for every snap. Godwin's another guy who's hurt. I mean, like, you can't. And I get it. They didn't put up any points. They weren't playing together the entire season. This team looked terrible. It looked terrible. They were perfect last year almost, right? They had a great season when they won the Super Bowl. Last year was another great season. You can't you don't stay like that. Nobody's healthy all the time. All right. That's it. Time to run.